Time, as it is often said, is one of the most profound mysteries of our existence. We wake, we sleep, we traverse through days, months, years, all while participating in this continual unfolding of the present moment. The philosopher and physicist Albert Einstein famously remarked, "Time is an illusion." While his context extended into the perplexing realms of relativity, perception, and the nature of reality itself, for the everyday human experience, time is a very measured, tangible thing. 1 hour remains an hour despite how our minds may perceive its passing, sometimes fleeting, sometimes excruciatingly slow. On Earth, time rolls forward in a linear progression, a parade of moments measured and catalogued by our clocks and calendars. We organize our lives by the rising and setting of the sun, by the familiar ticking away of seconds and minutes. Our days are divided, not just by the clicking mechanism of timepieces, but by the rotation of our planet, the changing of seasons, and the rhythm of heartbeats marking the passage of life itself. No matter how it feels, an hour of joy contains as many minutes and seconds as an hour of hardship. This measurement makes time feel quite real on the physical plane, consistent and, in its own right, inescapable. And yet, in the non-physical or spiritual dimension, many traditions and thinkers suggest that time is but a construct, an organizing principle for the mind and senses. In the realm of thought, memories mingle freely with visions of the future and the ever-present now. Past, present, and future coexist as potential, as echoes, as possibilities unbound by the ticking of clocks or the spinning of planets. In these more abstract or mystical perspectives, time loses its power to dictate order. Everything exists simultaneously as thought, experience, and awareness. Still, in our daily lives, time's passage is unavoidable. It can be measured in innumerable ways: the cycle of day and night, the movement of shadows, the spiral of galaxies, the heartbeat of a creature at rest. Each unit, seconds, minutes, hours, days, years, is merely a convention, a tool for tracking change. But whatever metric we use, time marches on, and any creation, be it a towering skyscraper, a painting, or even a fleeting thought, demands an interval of time to move from idea to reality. There is no such thing as instantaneous manifestation. Even in moments of inspiration, the journey from conception to realization must still traverse the interval between intention and fruition. It is in this interval, this span between desire and manifestation, that the true power of choice comes into play. Each day, whether consciously or unconsciously, we are making choices that shape our experience of reality. We can choose to accept responsibility for the state of our lives, or to assign blame to circumstances, others, or fate. But these too are choices, and repeated choices set the tone and direction of our lives. If one's instinct is to blame or to complain, that state of mind will color every subsequent experience, leading to more opportunities to feel justified in frustration or anger. The universe, in this view, cannot contradict the power of your choice. It will reflect back to you what you continually choose to focus on, what you believe, what you expect. What does it mean, then, to create reality through choice? It is not about fleeting wishes or half-hearted affirmations. It's about identifying an experience that truly matters to you, a state of being, a relationship, a sense of health or accomplishment, and holding true to that choice even as time unspools. It demands consistency and persistence, wavering between desires, reversing decisions from day to day, and contradicting your intentions with doubt or contrary action ensures that nothing stable will emerge. A firm, unwavering choice is the foundation upon which new realities are built. When you make a choice, life begins to work with you. But manifestation is rarely immediate. The process takes time, a time that's influenced not only by the nature of your desire, but also by where you are starting from. To manifest significant changes, whether it's to transform one's health, career, or emotional well-being, one must be willing to invest that time, to endure the necessary transition phases, and to persist through moments of doubt or inertia. The early stages often require letting go of old habits and mindsets, navigating uncomfortable transitions, and staying with the process long enough to build momentum in a new direction. An important, often overlooked element in this process is what might be called the momentum of the mind. If your mind is in a constant state of agitation or negativity, its momentum becomes a barrier against creativity and forward movement. Effort and willpower alone can only take you so far if your internal narrative is one of resistance or self-defeat. That's why the first, most critical work you can do toward any manifestation is to slow down the racing mind, to reduce its negative momentum, and to cultivate a space of inner stillness. In this state, it becomes easier to stay true to your choices, to hear the inner guidance that inspires appropriate action, and to remain patient, even when results seem slow to arrive. Reducing mind momentum is itself a process that takes time. There are no truly quick fixes for deeply ingrained patterns of agitation or resistance. The practice is subtle, allowing the mind to settle, not suppressing thoughts or emotions, but bearing witness to them until their motion exhausts itself and stillness emerges. Many traditions liken this to doing nothing, but it is a conscious, attentive, non-doing, a surrender of control, not apathy or resignation. With patience, as the mind's turbulence settles, you begin to notice that the compulsions to act impulsively, the doubts, the anxiety, all diminish. The burden of needing quick results falls away, replaced by an abiding sense of calm and trust in the process. You become more responsive to genuine inspiration and less prone to restlessness, impatience, or overexertion. Experience begins to unfold organically, and, just like fruit ripening on a tree, your desires come to fruition in their season. It's important, too, to recognize the ordinariness of life. Once the mind's restlessness dissipates, the pressure to seek extraordinary experiences for their own sake lessens. You begin to appreciate the quiet joy of being, the sense of accomplishment that comes from a steady walk down the path you have chosen. Manifestation becomes not a feverish rush, but a journey of growth, a dance between intention, action, patience, persistence, and serendipity. Ultimately, no matter what is achieved, the cycle of desire continues. Life energy is always seeking new experiences, and there is no final state of permanent satisfaction. Understanding this brings its own peace, the realization that longing and becoming are intrinsic to the journey of existence itself. Accepting the limitations and possibilities of time, both in the physical and the non-physical, we learn to make the most of each moment, to use our fleeting days with intention and joy, and to trust that our deepest choices, patiently embodied, will eventually manifest in the fullness of time.